Do you want to learn more about the real Belize and listen to locals and expat stories that are actually living here in Belize? Well, you're in the right place right now. You're listening to Belize Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Macarena Rose. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Belize Talk Radio. And wherever you're listening to from in the world, I can tell you, I hope it's as beautiful as the place that we are at today. Today, we're actually just inside of San Ignacio town, and we are at Casa Caballo Blanco, which is a beautiful 23-acre resort, actually just walking distance from the Calpech Ruins, one of my favorite places. And so, what do we talk about on Belize Talk Radio? Well, anything and everything to do with Belize, including people that actually move here. I mean, I'm not the only person that moved here. I'm not the only one. There's other people like me, and I'm going to introduce you to two of them. I don't know if they're going to want to be known as like me, but we'll find that out, or I'll let you all be the judge. So welcome to the show, Mark Pekar and Jackie Pekar. Hello, both of you.
Hi, Macarena. Great to see you again.
It's great to see you guys, too. It's really it's an interesting thing. I used to tell people, I only sell property because I make friends. I was here in Belize and I didn't want to be alone. I did not want to be alone. I wanted company, and you know what great company.
Thank you.
You know, it's an interesting process. So, listeners, for those of you that have seen The House Hunters, their home was on House Hunters. How interesting was that? We'll talk about that, what it was like to see your home that you bought on House Hunters. You'd be like, people, we went on a little vacation and then we bought a souvenir. A house. It'll be on House Hunters. That's pretty big.
Yeah. And a lot of our friends were like, huh?
The truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
You can't make it up. It's just hysterical.
So I was on a plane for DC from Tucson, Arizona, and they have internet on planes now. So I was just surfing around, and I sent my wife Jackie a little email saying, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And she immediately wrote back, and she goes, "Think about this for what?" I go, "Think about this to go down and buy and live." And it was that house from House Hunters, Lisa's and Andre's. And, the rest was history. It's been a long journey. That was 4 years ago.
Isn't that amazing that was 4 years ago? And so I am guilty. You saw it on our website. Well, that's not a bad thing, because you're all smiles. So I can say, well, instead, thank you, right? You're welcome, right?
No, there's no buyer's remorse here.
It's a good thing.
None at all. The country, the people, the whole environment. It's, you were saying how Mandy put it earlier. I would describe it a little bit differently as it's simple.
It's simple.
It's going back to simplicity. The people are honest and true. It's just, it's a fun place. Absolutely fun. Whether you're, walking down Burns Avenue or you're out in Bullet Tree, it doesn't matter. Whether you're in Cristo Rey Village. And the village of Cristo Rey has a lot of initiatives going on right now. Have the internet cafe and library for the kids to go, a safe place to go and study.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Yep.
And just, the community's coming together up there. And I remember the first time we went down to the falls with you and Yvette, and we thought we were going to get stuck. And then the next time we went down to the falls was 3 months later. It was Christmas Day, and our girls went swimming.
Yep.
How interesting
No,
is
it's
it?
and they just they love Belize as much as we do.
It is in the spirit of people when they come here. It resonates with certain people. And I watch the kind of people that it resonates with and that, become friends and through the process, and you go, wow, it's like everybody's gathering together that are yummy in one place.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't, well, they can just stay over there.
Yeah.
We're the yummy crowd. I like that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, Jackie. So your husband sends you a little email. He's working. He's on a plane, and he just sends you an email. What do you think about this? Did you think he was
I
losing
thought
his...
he had lost his mind. I wrote back.
I had no idea what would come out of Jackie's mouth.
Just one word. I said, "What?" And he said he'd been looking at Belize for a while. I couldn't even remember where that was. So I had to do a little research, and I went, this might actually work. So we came down, I think it was that September, and we looked at it, and we looked at other houses because we thought we should, but we already knew. We already knew.
That's true.
I remember that. We should have done a house hunter show with you on, because he'd be like, well, we like the first house. Oh, but we have to see more houses. But we really like the first house. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to go see more houses. I tell people, trust your instincts.
Well,
Trust them, because, you know, like an inspiration that comes to you, it comes from the Latin word inspiritus, which is Latin for in spirit. Trust it. We have that wonderful, wonderful instinct for a reason.
we're really glad we did, because it's the best thing we ever did.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Yep.
And I remember you all bought the property, and you kept the caretaker, and you kept the Blanca, who was wonderful. And that's a great thing. And Guido just adores you guys too.
Oh, he's great too.
he adores. We just we love him.
You know, the whole staff over at Rainforest has just been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and
This is not a paid commercial, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Just so you know.
I mean, true.
True.
It's like you said earlier, it's family.
It is family.
Yeah. And
It's
that's
much
important.
bigger. It's much bigger than us. It's not a job. It's an honor and it's a privilege. It's different. But anyhow, I would never have gotten a chance to meet you all.
Right.
I mean, just saying,
That's
you
been a
know.
ball.
Yeah.
So just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you got over this, my husband's lost his mind. We're moving what? What? To Belize. What did your friends and family think?
They said, there are 50 states in the States. Why don't you move to one of those? Everybody thought, but the more we looked into it, the more we thought, why not? I mean,
Well, that's a great way. Why not?
Everybody speaks English, so you don't have to worry about that. It's tropical. Who doesn't love that idea? The dollar and the Belize dollar were stable. Politics are pretty stable.
Yeah, politics are politics,
Yeah,
but
true.
it's really the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really what kept us coming back. And
7 different cultures, and they all get along.
Yeah, what a
For the
concept.
most part.
What a concept.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, what a concept.
yeah,
Yeah, a stress-free living. I remember there's that sign. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a stress-free living on the highway, the Western Highway towards Belize City. Someplace has that on the sign. I'm like, it is stress. It's a different kind of stress. You know, like you might have to go to the store more often to go get your milk and eggs or something like that, or to the market to get your fresh fruits and vegetables. God forbid. You know how wonderful.
Yeah.
But you know, I know even in the United States we talk a lot. You hear a lot on the news that they're saying eat within a 100-mile radius, of your home, and that's people are really trying to consider doing that and look to do it. Here that's what we got.
Yeah.
And it's
Within
not
5 miles of your home.
You're right. It's not 100. It's 5 miles. And I don't know about you, but it flipped me out when I went to the grocery store when I first moved here, and the eggs were where? On the counter, in the cartons, not in any refrigerator.
yeah, because they're that fresh.
It's. I never knew.
Yeah.
I just was like, what are some things that wowed you about Belize that were like, whoa?
The color of the eggs when you open them, unbelievable, and the taste is so fresh. I didn't know eggs could taste that way. The meat is super fresh, and when you look out and you see the cows and the pigs or whatever flying around, walking around, eating their grass, you think, I'm eating that right off the field, and that's okay. It's not mass produced. There's not a whole bunch of, and then the fruits, of course.
The fruits.
To die for.
Yeah, and a bunch of them. I don't know, but you go to market and go, what is that?
Yeah.
No,
But,
we've
I'll
actually
try it.
we've changed our diet where it's 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner, and the afternoon is just nothing but fruit. Whether it's watermelon, star fruit, plums, my favorite.
Dragon fruit. It's not in season now, I don't think. I haven't seen it.
We had some. We were on the island in San Pedro with some clients last week, and we had some.
I never had dragon
I
fruit
love
before.
it. I never had either, and yet I'd seen it in the States, but I didn't touch it. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea what I thought maybe it might be a beet or something, and I like beets, but I didn't know what that thing was. But the dragon fruit, or they call it pitaya here.
Oh, okay.
And have you tried the white one? There's a white one.
Yes.
Oh, listeners,
Yes.
if you haven't tried pitaya or the dragon fruit, do yourself a favor. My favorite fruit was mangoes, which here in Belize we have how many kinds? I don't even know. We'd have to ask Ricky Manzanero. He'll be able to tell us. But there are so many different kinds of them, and it was always my favorite fruit. And then I tried a pitaya. And I was like, wow, that's magical. The white one and the pink one, they're amazing.
I didn't know
there's
there was a white one.
And you know what's nice about the white one, listeners? The red one, boy, it's like beets. It's the same color beets inside, and it's bright, and you get everything stained, and it's worth every bite of it. But the white one, you don't get any of that.
Well, we just had some neighbors over this morning in Cristo Rey. They came in and they welcomed us, and we were brought a little clipping off of a velvet pear tree. Never had it before.
Pear, okay.
So have to plant that, and in a few seasons get some fruit off of that.
I remember when we were showing you your house that there was an allspice tree in the front yard.
It's still right there.
It's beautiful.
And we
Isn't it
love the
amazing?
heck out of it.
Beautiful.
You take the leaves and you crunch it up, or smush in your hand and you smell it. It's like, wow. Otherwise you get it like in a little tin can in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have it on your tree.
Right off of the
Just
tree.
pull it right
yeah.
off the tree, yeah.
There is something different.
And
for that.
coconut trees, oh my gosh. And Mark said he found an avocado tree on our property.
Yeah. There's a
Which
small
I didn't know we
avocado
had.
tree there, which is, we'll put that to good use.
Lots of
Yeah.
guacamole in the future, right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, hopefully our shipment gets here tomorrow. So.
Even better.
The blender.
There are some things, listeners, when you move to Belize that you're going to want to bring with you and you're just going to want to have. But, you ask those questions, figure out what are the things you bring, like a mattress, just certain things like that. If you don't have a good one, you want to bring one. So what was your thoughts as far as when you were sharing with your family that you actually are going to sell your house and come to Belize and move? I had asked Jackie, but what was your take on people's reaction?
Family were absolutely okay with it. I have an international family. I have brothers and sisters that lived all over the world. Friends were the surprising ones. You're going to do what? Oh, that'll only last a few weeks, and you'll get over this.
Well, they don't know you, do
Yeah.
they?
They do. Yeah, I had one very dear friend that we saw each other a few weeks ago before we traveled, and he goes, "Okay, your stateside house is going to be in Macarena, Arizona." He said, "You're not going to get a place in Houston, and you're going to have a place in the States because you're coming back." Little stuff like that. And he's a diver, so we'll get him down.
And
Yeah.
I noticed when people would finally, they'd come down and be like, "Where are you going?" I'd be like, "Belize." I'd be like, "Okay, you'll be back." I'm like,
Well, the crazy thing is, his sons were actually here. They stayed out in Deploys, just
Okay.
right up the street.
Yeah.
They canoed down to San Ignacio. They ate at Hana's.
"Oh, yummy."
So we're talking, and I'm saying, "Hey Logan, hey JB, we're going down to Belize to San Ignacio." And he goes, "I don't know where that's at, but I know where Bullet Tree is." Seriously?
You went through it to get to Bullet Tree.
No,
And you went to Hannah's.
Yeah, we went to Hannah's.
Right in the middle.
He said, you have to get the rice and beans. But, little things like
Everybody has
that.
And they're all good.
They're
They may be
all
different, but
good.
they're all good. I
Yes.
haven't had a bad rice and beans for certain. They're all good. And this is kind of a local staple fare for sure. So when your friends do come down, I don't know if you'll have the same experience that I did, but I noticed when people would come down, they would be here for like a day, and they would meet my friends here, and they'd be like, "Wow, I can see why this resonates with you, why this is you," and they're like, "We could live here," and I'm like, The same friends that were like, "But it's near this and that, and they may have this, and they may do," and I'm like, "Okay."
Well, we've had several friends come down while we were here or not here. And every one of them has fallen in love with Belize. We have friends coming down on the 2nd of November from the San Francisco, Oakland Bay area, and I don't see Kat leaving anytime soon.
She likes to dive, and we said we'd take her to the Blue Hole, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're heading out to Key Cocker on the 2nd, and
Yeah.
have a little. Then we'll bring her in into the jungle. Oh, I don't like jungle. There's not water there.
Yes.
You'll love it. You'll
Oh,
love it.
yes, there
We're
is.
going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment because I've got some interesting questions that are still in my mind to ask. Enjoy your commercials. We'll be back in just a few moments. Again, I'm your host, Macarena Rose. You're listening to Belize Talk Radio on the Overseas Radio Network.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena.